up and down the depth chart, Coach. How important is that in assembling a contender?
Well, look, it's even more important, Brian, in the regular season than it is in the playoffs. To get through a long NBA season and get yourself in good playoff position, you're going to need a lot of guys. 12, 13 guys at different points of the year are going to have to be ready to make contributions. Now, obviously, the team with the better starting five will have the edge, but depth can be a big factor even in the playoffs.
Looking at the starting five for Boston. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. The 2 Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. And it's Porzingis in at center. Now here's George. Takes the 3. Tatum pulls it in. And it's the Celtics ball. White drives in. Outside Tatum. Porzingis with a screen on George. The kick out to White. Pass to Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tatum with a screen. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. And it's good for 2.
And put it on a platter. Holiday serving it up for his teammate.
And Coach, a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday. Fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. Great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will, he is a problem on a nightly basis.
And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Outside White. George against Brown. Driving in. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
Nails it from beyond the arc.
And the defense has to be more aware of Paul George. You got to know how fast his trigger is.
Now here's Holiday with the 7-footer. It's good off the glass. The 76ers have gone 1 for 3 so far. Maxey against Holiday. Now here's Maxey. He's guarded closely. And here's Oubre from the arc. Hauled in by Brown. The Celtics with the lead. It's White with a drive. Tatum against Oubre. Tatum passes to Brown. Outside Holiday. It's not going to go for him. Embiid with the nice defensive effort.
2 minutes remaining.
Pass to Oubre to the middle. Here's Maxey. Ooh, good work defensively by Holiday.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up in.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Joel Embiid is setting records with his scoring, but he said, when I get stuck into just being a scorer, that's not the best version of me. I like sharing the ball. As you've seen the last couple of years, the teams that have won, they move the ball. Nothing is static, so that's how we should play. Pretty simple, Brian.
Yeah, great understanding, right? Thanks, Allie. And the Celtics in possession here. After the Sixers picked up a basket a moment ago.
Sixers ball.
The Sixers leading. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
At the line for Philadelphia.
And so Oubre nails them both. We've got 1:13 left to play in the first. Celtics trail by 3. Here's Tatum. Outside, Brown. Back to Tatum. From the baseline. And it's in. Off the glass.
I like the unselfish approach from Brown there. Willing to give it up to his open teammates.
Here's Maxey. Oh, he cocks it back and throws it down right on Porzingis.
Maxey is such a crafty finisher. Let him get to the rim, and he'll make the most of it.
White with it. Oubre picks him up. Tatum. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken. But that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Now here's Maxey. And he goes in for the dunk.
Only 6'2", but Maxey got some spring in his step.
Celtics trail by 4. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Outside Holiday. Tatum with a screen. There's the triple. And Drew Holiday hits from deep. Holiday's got 5 points.
Always reading the angles. Holiday's able to find his shot.
And here is Maxey. Got it off in time. Good! Without a second to spare.
Oh, you gotta have some real nerve to hit that shot.
What poise, what focus.
And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Sixers on top. They lead by 3. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And the other thing you notice is how determined they've been to get into the paint and get buckets around the rim.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. The 2 Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. And the call will be against Kelly Oubre. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
So it's Boston now. It's a 5-point game. Brown finds White. Back to Brown. 5 on the clock. There's Tatum with the 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Pass to Embiid. And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Embiid passes to Oubre. And the foul called on Kristaps Porzingis. That's his first foul. And, Coach, it seems there's a move to cut out some of the cheap fouls in the game. This notion of, if you wouldn't call it on the playground, why do you call it in a game? You like to see where it's going?
Yeah, look, there's some times where I think we'd get a better game if the players do what they did in pickup games, Brian, and just called their own fouls. A lot of these cheap fouls would cease to exist. I think there's just got to be a better recognition from referees on what really impacts a play and what doesn't.
Maxey against Holiday. Maxey passes to George. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of, and here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
Paul George taking 2 shots. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules. 2 minutes
Still disputed, even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
First one falls for him. Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Sixers' two stars make a great pairing. Maxey said of Embiid, since I was a rookie, he's had the ultimate faith and believed in me. And Embiid said of Maxey, he's something else. Always smiling with the same energy. Good games, bad games, always the same. People like that set the tone for everybody else. Brian?
That's a good call, Allie. Thank you.
The Embiid can throw it down from anywhere. So much power for the big fella.
White for three. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists in the game.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
George for 3. Knocks down the long J. George has got 7 points in the game.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Yeah, good execution in close. Holiday likes mixing things up and finishing from this area.
Pass to McCain. Outside Oubre. Now here's Embiid. Just 5 on the clock. Out to Oubre. Shoots over Tatum. Oubre can't hit.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
Porzingis finds Brown. We've got 1:23 left in the first half of this one. In transition, here they come. Oubre against Brown. Outside Oubre. Pass to Embiid. Back to Oubre. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
He led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Holiday surveying the floor. The kick out to White. Outside, Brown. Misses the 3.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Maxey against Holiday. And Maxey, here we go. Pass to McCain. Embiid, a screen on Brown. Fires the 3. McCain's shot is off. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for Boston. They trail by 6. Outside Holiday. George with a steal. Here's the break. And here's Oubre from the arc. Counted from distance. Oubre's got 11 points.
Great work collapsing the defense, then kicking it out.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Boy, we've seen Kelly Oubre really having a great game.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Kyle Lowry out there with Eric Gordon. Then it's Andre Drummond. Then there's Edwards. And it's Yabusele in at the 4. That's the group for Nick Nurse getting going here in the second half. Here's Horford. 1 on the clock. And he sinks the layup.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
And here's Edwards outside. Offensive rebound. It's Edwards on the wing. Craig with a steal. Cornette sets a screen. Launches it. Oh, they get a hand on it. Goes back up. It's hauled in by the Sixers. And for those tuning in, we're about a minute into this second half. Lowry outside. Pass to Edwards. And that comes off the assist by Lowry. Edwards has gotten his first points in this one.
Nice pass. You have to appreciate the way Lowry plays. He sees it all.
Pritchard, the pass to Cornette. Stolen by Drummond. And now the Sixers on the break. Yabusele. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
Pritchard gets it to go.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
They set the pick. Lowry into the lane. Hauser grabs the board. Celtics trail by 9. Here's Pritchard. Inside. To the wing, right side. Up and over Lowry. Drummond grabs the miss. The 76ers have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Lowry outside, down low. Edwards against Craig. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Lowry, and play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Back to Pritchard. Oh, it's stolen. And here they go on a free run to the bucket. And Gordon with the big finish.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Horford, a screen on Lowry. Pass to Hauser. Shot clock at 5. Fires for 3. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
The value of a big man with Horford's quickness can't be overstated. He takes full advantage of the rebound opportunity.
Here's Lowry. And he drops it in from the low post. And the 76ers lead by 11.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Yeah, the moment Horford has the rock down low, good night. I mean, just too many moves from the vet.
Lowry outside. Soft touch off the glass. Lowry's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Craig. And a two-handed jam.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of that.
Pass to Horford. Craig up top, guarded by Edwards. Craig passes to Horford. Edwards against Craig. There's the 3. Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 4 rebounds now. Edwards can't hit.
The contest plus the board. A full defensive possession from him. Great effort.
Here's Pritchard. 3-pointer off the mark. And so it's Philadelphia. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great passer.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. On the floor for Boston, the core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint. Up top, Tatum. Holiday against Maxey. And a foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
White for 3. It's hauled in by Oubre. The Sixers lead by 9. Maxey surveys. Great D that time from Porzingis. The Celtics shooting 41% in this game. Inside, White gets it to go.
Coming into the league, putting up points was no problem for Tatum, but now he's creating scoring opportunities for others.
Oubre, a screen on Holiday. Maxey passes to Oubre, shoots over Tatum. Shot is good, off the back rim and in. And the 76ers lead by 9.
Well, that's taking full advantage of the opening. The defense probably willing to give him that one, but I like that he's capitalizing on it.
Here's Holiday, and he converts the layup.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Maxey against Holiday. Outside Maxey. Pass to Oubre. Shot from the low post is good. Oubre's gotten 4 this quarter.
This team trusts Maxey to make good decisions with the ball.
Outside Holiday. And here's White. On the wing, Tatum. He's covered by Oubre. Hey, strong move, Tatum.
And Jason Tatum was fearless on that finish. Went right through the contact.
George against Brown. Pass to McCain. Back to George. Three-pointer. Gets the 3 ball to go.
The defense was just nowhere to be found, and because of that, he adds to their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
And now the Sixers on the break. Outside Oubre. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Shot clock at 6. With a 9-footer. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Stan, LeBron James is widely regarded as one of the most intelligent players in the league. Who else stands out to you as far as basketball IQ?
Oh, Brian, that's a tough question. There's so many of them. Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic. There's just so many intelligent guys in this league. Fans that think it's all about athleticism don't understand how intelligent the best players are.
Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Outside White. Back to Holiday. Cuts off the pass. Oh, deflected. Oubre passes to George. To the inside. Pass to Embiid. Here's McCain. Defended by Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Here's McCain. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by White. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Boston. A 12-point game.
And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the 76ers.
Tonight they got everybody in on the scoring. Had nice passing, which led to good looks.
Just solid play by these guys.
Here's Brown, and the jam by Brown. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth. Holiday against Maxey. Rejected by Brown.
Great positioning and timing by Brown, using his athleticism to come away with the rejection.
Tatum gets the bucket. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth. And the foul called on Kristaps Porzingis. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
So this one belongs to the 76ers. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of both. Allie, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm a medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me and top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
that both these teams have had a difficult stretch recently and are hoping to turn things around in this one.
Yeah, it's a new opportunity. And Kevin, I expect each side to be hungry and motivated to get this win. And if not, the struggles will continue.
And now Washington's starting group. We've got Bilal Coulibaly. Sarr out there with George. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Smart in at the point. On the wing, Coulibaly. And he drives in. Count it.
And drawing first blood, you know coach likes that momentum out of the gate.
Well, for us, it will be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. Sinks the triple.
Take your focus off Maxey for 1 second, and he will let it fly from out there.
Middleton finds Smart. Here's the three. It's hauled in by George. You know, Brent, the Wizards had a very tough 23-24 campaign, didn't they?
Very difficult for everybody, their fans, their ownership, and their coaching staff, which changed last year. Just 15 wins, a record low for a very prideful Washington franchise. Their offense struggled, their defense was 28th. On the bright side, a lot of minutes went to their younger players, so it's going to be another year of development in Washington.
Here's Smart. Paul George making his last shot. Nice shot by Smart.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Yep, it counts.
A pretty nimble guy. Maxey mixes up the defender with that dribble move to create space.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Coulibaly, no good. The 76ers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And George, here we go.
You have to track Paul George all over the floor, a 3-level scorer. And he's going to come at you in multiple ways.
Here he goes.
Hey, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And slam dunk by Maxey.
And Maxey's guys encourage him to attack whenever he can because his first step is so explosive.
Now here's Smart. Outside for George. Takes the three. Connects from three-point range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's McCain. Driving inside. Excellent D there from George.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
Pass to Smart. There's the three. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Back to Embiid. Here's McCain. 5 on the clock. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Count it. Good.
And right there, Embiid showing he's just too big and too skilled to stop.
From outside the arc, Sarr gets the bucket.
It does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
Here's Maxey, and he uses the glass on the layup. Maxey's got 9 points.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
Smart against Maxey. Smart misses. The 76ers leading by 3. Oubre dishes to Embiid. Beyond the arc. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game. Sarr gets the bucket.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Maxey kicks to George. And Maxey with the basket on the assist by George. And 11 points for Tyrese Maxey.
And Maxey plays with so much energy. That time he wheels that one in off the contact.
From deep. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Tyrese Maxey. He's been the guy making things happen for Philadelphia. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
These guys have been so quick off the dribble, finding great lanes to attack and getting themselves to the basket.
Getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
So on the floor for Washington, we've got George. Smart is out there with Koulibaly. Then it's Czar, and it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. Embiid wide open. Off target from three-point range.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
George against Middleton. Smart. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Oubre passes to Embiid. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And Embiid being assertive offensively, wasting no time in getting that one.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways. I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together, involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, DA, thanks.
First team foul.
George looking over the floor. Pass to Embiid. Just 5 to shoot. Rim rocker, Joel Embiid.
And seeing a guy as big as Embiid being so fluid in terms of his movement, jaw-dropping.
And Embiid has got the ball here for the 76ers. 6-point game. Koulibaly finds Smart. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. The 17-footer. Paul George grabs the miss.
Well, that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Wizards trail by 6. Pass to Song. And Greg, you talk about toughness, the compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
Middleton getting up there allows him, with that height, to get up and jam it down.
Here's McCain. He's defended by Koulibaly. For 3, Oubre. Washington with the rebound. 1:46 left here in the second. Middleton on the wing, defended by George. Smart with this screen on George. Middleton against George. Middleton can't get it to go.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Embiid kicks to Maxey. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. Back to Embiid. Another shot. Rebound, Washington. Czar's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Smart deciding where to go with it. They set the screen. Pass to Koulibaly. Wants to get it to Smart and does. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Now, here's Maxey. 14 points for him. And here's Oubre. And finished off by Oubre.
Well, Oubre, the closer he gets, the more excitable he can be. What a finish.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And it's Middleton penetrating. And yes, it's good. Middleton's got 7 points for the quarter.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Maxey against Smart. Oubre, a screen on Smart. Here's Maxey. And he gets it to go. Maxey's got 16.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. 76ers lead by 4. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Tyrese Maxey in this one, guys. He has been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Lowry out there with Gordon. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Edwards. And it's Yabusele in at the 4. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Now here's Edwards. Drummond sets the screen for Lowry. Back to Drummond. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. And the 76ers lead by 4.
Drummond has a lot of ways to beat you down low. His points are coming deep in the paint now.
GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty track record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
Al Gordon, after the missed 3 from Corey Kispert. Brogdon scanning the floor. Pass to Poole. Back to Brogdon. The kick out to Poole. And he lays it straight in. Poole's got 4 this quarter.
Those are 2 tough points from Poole. Great to see him mixing it up down low.
Lowry against Poole. Kicks it out to Gordon. Back to Lowry. Here's Yabusele. Scoreless thus far. Edwards, no good. Here's Champagny, defended by Gordon. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Pass to Poole. Takes it inside. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Now here is Lowry. Pass to Yabusele. Out to the right wing. Drummond with a screen on Poole. Lowry dishes to Drummond. Here's Yabusele. Back to Drummond. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Washington ball.
Washington trailing. Brogdon outside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, at 6'5", Brogdon capable of getting up there. We don't see it all that often, but a nice dunk.
Pass to Yabusele. Gordon against Brogdon.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Drummond sets the screen for Gordon. Shot clock at 5. Out to Edwards. It's up a 3. It's rebounded by Poole. The Wizards have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And it's good for 2.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
And when you watch Kispert, you know, Brent, you can see the aggression he plays with when he's going at the rim.
Yeah, sometimes Corey will surprise you because you know he's a spot-up shooter and you know he's elite at doing that, but he will attack, go in there, and throw his body at guys to create some scoring opportunities.
Now, here's Holmes. Hasn't made one yet. Puts the move on. And Poole with the layup.
Jordan Poole.
Poole's got the lead up to 4 now for the Wizards.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Pass to Gordon. Knocked loose. Drummond working against Poole. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
That's his first.
Man, that is impressive stuff from Poole with that body control after the contact and still getting it off.
Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is unreal at the foul line.
I mean, led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Poole's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
Now here's Drummond. Another miss by Philadelphia.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
And the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Lowry looking around to end the drought, and it's blocked. And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession.
On the court.
Here's McCain. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Washington Wizards ahead by 9 as the quarter. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle. You can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. We've got Chris Middleton. George is out there with Song. Then it's Koulibaly. And it's Smart in at the point.
See how skilled Middleton is. Ready to pull the trigger. And the defense is going to have to do better.
George, no good. Wizards leading by 12. Odd pass to George. Well placed. Alley-oop pass into the layup.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said, we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Well, then they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Thanks, David. And here are the 76ers now. After Chris Middleton missed from long range, back to Oubre. A 3-ball, buries it from 3-point range.
Nice to see Oubre step up and do that.
And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for the Wizards. They've led by as many as 14 points. Pass to Song. Jacks up a three. Sinks the three-pointer.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now, here's Maxey. Now, here's Oubre. It's hauled in by George. Middleton against George. Pass to Song. Another one falls for Washington.
Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
Outside, Maxey. Off target from outside. Washington leading now by 16. Coulibaly. Sweet little floater.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Now, here's Maxey. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Offensively, Maxey can be such a problem. He attacks you with that relentless energy.
They set the pick. Middleton against George. Here's Smart. Again, the Wizards score.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
There's 1:40 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Coulibaly. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Maxey looking it over. Embiid the screen. Fires the three. Rebound by the Wizards. George has got his 4th rebound in this one.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Wizards.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooter.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Alex Song.
And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
Now, here is George. Marcus Smart missing that last shot. Now George. Great D that time from Middleton. Outside, George. Fires the three. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Now the 76ers with it. They trail by 18. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. McCain's shot is off. Coulibaly with it. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never.
Then there's Sar, and it's Koulibaly in at the 2. And for the Celtics, the perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Holiday in at the point. You know, on paper, this looks like a lopsided matchup. But anything can happen in the NBA, Grant.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, the team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game.
Now here's Tatum. Marked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Wizards ball.
And here's Middleton. It's Smart on the wing. Drives to the hoop. From deep, Sar. Offensive board. From downtown. That's in. Coming off an assist from Smart.
You can't leave someone open when Smart is running his team because he will find that mistake.
Outside Porzingis. To the paint. Here's Brown. Rebound by Middleton.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
And when you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, they were historically good, Richard.
Yeah, they had the 4th best net rating ever in the history of the game. That's Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the MJ Bulls. Shattered the NBA record for offensive rating at 123.1. They were unreal.
Tatum passes to Holiday. 5 on the clock. It's tipped.
What I like about Sar as a shot blocker, he can do it anywhere on the floor.
Outside Koulibaly. From deep 3-point range. Unable to get that one.
Maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I don't think his coaches will agree.
Yeah, and you're not going to just have the green light for long if you're chucking up bombs like that.
And that one's good. Porzingis.
One of the tallest guys in the league. Give Porzingis the ball there and just let him work.
George outside. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Tatum. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. The Wizards have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. And George with the jam.
I mean, the versatility of Middleton. Not just a scorer, also a solid passer and distributor.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast, but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well, and when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. Here's Holiday. The Wizards making their last shot. Intercepted! And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That's his first foul of the game.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
Here's Smart. He's got 5. Pass to George. Here's Sar. The 3.
Lockdown defense by Porzingis. When he moves his feet to get in position, his length is unbelievable.
Knocked loose. It's stolen by Smart. Here's Sar, defended by Porzingis. Smart against Brown. Lets it go from deep. Boston with a rebound.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
White for 3. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Washington leading by 6. Here's Sar, and that one is hammered home.
Every time I watch Sar, I'm just amazed at how light off the floor he is.
And it's Holiday with the ball for Boston. There's 47 seconds left in the first. Down low, Porzingis. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Holiday against Smart. Outside Koulibaly. Counted from distance.
This is why you always have to chase guys off the arc, because everyone has a three-point shot now.
Holiday against Smart. Now here's Holiday. He's covered closely. Pass to Tatum. They kick it out to Porzingis. 5 to shoot. The three is up. Offensive rebound, Celtics. There's Tatum with the three. Gets another look. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's Washington. They have a nice 9-point. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And taking a look at Washington's performance here. Guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
They are playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting in the second. We've got George, Bilal Koulibaly out there with Marcus Smart. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Sarr in at the 5, down low. And how about Jaylen Brown, Richard? Named to his first All-NBA team in 2023. A very important piece to him.
NBA, what timing. It made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax. At the time, it was the largest contract in NBA history. And how did he follow it up? He won the Larry Bird Award as the best player in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Oh, look at Tatum! What a finish!
Once the fast break is rolling, they know who to go to. Tatum can be trusted to find the finish.
Here's Middleton, and the layup is good off the glass. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Kick out to Brown. Tatum, a screen on Middleton. Outside Tatum. Hey, strong move, Tatum.
Rushing off the contact. Look, the dude is strong. When he gets in there, it's easy. That's an easy bucket.
Middleton looking around. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the three ball.
Smart against Holiday. Left side, Brown. The kick to Tatum. Tatum barreling in and finished off by Tatum.
Exploding at the rim. Tatum shows you the right way to finish off a drive.
Here's Middleton, and he buries that one. Back rim and in. Middleton's got 6. Celtics trail by 6. Outside Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. They'll pin that one on Marcus Smart.
Standing at 7'3". We have never seen a player quite like Kristaps Porzingis. A fantastic shooter, a solid ball handler. What a talent.
And when Porzingis can be a third option on a team, he is deadly and efficient, RJ.
We've always seen Porzingis as the guy or as a second option. But when he has elite teammates around him, he really flourishes. Just a typical selfless play from Smart. He's all about team success.
Holiday against Smart. Pass to White. And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Brown against Middleton. Boston pulls it in.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, sometimes.
Brown passes to Holiday. Launches it from deep. And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Personal foul.
Washington leading by 7. And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
1:46 left to play in the second quarter. And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. Here's Tatum. And George with some nice D. Washington's gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something.
Well, that's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie. So it's Boston now, following the score by Washington. Three-pointer, Holiday sinks the tray. Holiday's got 5.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Smart outside. And Smart nails the triple.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
40 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Tatum. Lays it up and banks it in. Tatum's got 11 here in the quarter alone.
Now, what hard work from Tatum inside. Doing what it takes to find his shot.
Smart against Holiday. Smart outside. Fires the 3. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Holiday against Smart. And the basket by Holiday. And now just a 5-point Washington lead.
Yeah, good execution in close. Holiday likes mixing things up and finishing from this area.
Kicks it to George. Shoots over Tatum. No good, off the front rim. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Wizards out in front. They lead by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. And you know, Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
Luke Cornett out there with Al Horford. Then it's Torrey Craig. Then there's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Hauser in a 2-guard. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. And Grant, when you play the Wizards, you better be ready to run.
BA, they like to speed you up. They force you to play at their pace. And on the flip side, that gives you open floor opportunities as well.
Here's Pritchard. Pass to Cornett. Outside Craig. Here's Hauser. It's stolen by Brogdon. And a fast break now for the Wizards. Oh, it's Holmes with the big jam.
When you get a chance to run the floor like that, you have to capitalize. Great hustle on that play.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. Pritchard, no good.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him all.
Champagny, the pass to Holmes. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Hauser, guarded by Brogdon. Pass to Craig. Here's Pritchard. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Pritchard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Here's Champagny, defended by Craig. The kick out to Poole. Here's Champagny. And that's a foul called on Richaun Holmes. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul.
Celtics trail by 6. Here's Pritchard. Horford in the high post. Here's Hauser, guarded by Brogdon. Clock at 6. He shoots it. Pass to Pritchard. Got a hand on it. Washington leading by 6. Poole, the pass to Champagny. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Grant. Is the league too offensive at the moment, you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure that there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
Here's Pritchard, guarded by Poole. Cornette with the bucket.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Kispert on the wing from behind the arc. Boston with a rebound. Right around 3 minutes into this second half. Here's Pritchard. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Well, it was a tough season for the Washington Wizards, Graham. A franchise-low 15 wins.
You know, B.A., it started with trading away their star, Bradley Beal, before the season. But I like their new direction, prioritizing the future and developing talent.
Now here's Poole. Yet to see a basket. And the basket is good.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
1:44 left in the third quarter. He was all alone on that one.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Poole outside. Goes up from the top of the key, and he hits the jumper. Poole's got 4 points this quarter. Celtics trail by 5. 1:19 left in the third. Pass to Hauser. Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by Champagny. Washington has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. And Brogdon caps off the break.
That's just hard to stop. When Brogdon is making these kind of shots, you know he's feeling it.
Outside Craig. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Offline with a 3.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Pass to Poole. Brogdon up top. Here's the 3 from deep. Brogdon!
A legitimate threat beyond the arc. Brogdon's sense for when to shoot from there is outstanding.
To end the run. And that's 2 points on the layup. Richards got 11 points here in the second half.
Well, I guess we can give him credit for not getting discouraged. They're still playing hard. He's doing his job out there.
Now Poole. Oh, what an effort by Poole!
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
And so it's the Washington Wizards earning this break in the... And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. So on the floor for the Wizards, Chris Middleton is out there with George. Then there's Sarr, then there's Bilal Coulibaly, and it's Smart in it to 1.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to see from Sarr. Owning the glass and then finishing the play.
Pass to White. The 3 is up. Kept alive. Porzingis. Operating inside. Porzingis.
He knows his job on the glass, and he does it well, cleaning it up and sending it right back.
They set the screen. Smart passes to Sarr. Back to Smart. It's stolen by Holiday. And Marcus Smart picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. Holiday from long range. Washington with a rebound. George has got 4 rebounds now. Brown inside. Middleton covering. And here's Smart. He'll bring it up for Washington. Ooh, poked away. White with a steal. Only one man back on D. He pulls it. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Knocks it loose. JB off the bounce. And Brown with the stuff.
Speed on display there from Brown. This man can turn on the Jets. He has another gear.
Holiday against Smart. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Outside Koulibaly. Just 5 on the clock. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Wizards?
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And I also have to praise them for their three-point shooting. They're showing a lot of confidence, letting them fly from deep.
And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And as it goes out of bounds, Washington able to keep possession.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
The shot from 20 feet out, and that one off the back of the rim and in. And the Wizards lead by 11.
Oh, just a beautiful textbook bounce pass. You love to see it.
Knocked away. Banked it in off the glass.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Holiday against Smart. It's Middleton on the wing. And so the ball out of bounds. Brown touched it last.
Out of bounds. Washington ball.
Here's Sarr. Shot clock at 5. Smart passes to George. Boston pulls it in. Brown's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Porzingis. Outside Tatum. Outside Holiday. Now White. Smart grabs the miss. Outside Koulibaly. We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Got to be careful shooting around Porzingis. His length is so capable of erasing shots.
And so it's Washington with it. 9-point game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Koulibaly. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown. For the Celtics, this one not looking good. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. Tatum passes to Porzingis. Outside Holiday. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Washington.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to Middleton. There's 45 seconds left to play in the fourth. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by White. So it's Boston now. Holiday from long range. They get it back. Here's Porzingis. Soft touch off the glass.
Porzingis.
Just let the clock run out.
Hey, it's time to celebrate.
Smart for three. That one is off. Out of bounds. It'll be Washington's ball.
Wizards ball.
We see the Wizards get the win here. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the...
Time, but eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mid, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the kiss. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer.
Let off the beat.
Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him
court grade.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. They've got Embiid, Kelly Oubre out there with Paul George. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's McCain in at the two-guard spot. Trains it from beyond the arc.
And Embiid does have this range. I mean, it's something the defense has to respect.
Holiday against Maxey. Outside, White. Back to Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Outside, Maxey. The three-pointer off the mark. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. And Holiday, here we go. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Driving in, count the basket.
Boy, that is grown man ammonia strength from Porzingis there. How can defenders stop that?
Maxey against Holiday. Now, here's Maxey. He's guarded closely. Pass to McCain. Philadelphia moving the ball around. On the wing. And he connects with the jumper.
You know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure Coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Had a chance to catch up with Joe Mazzulla. He thinks Tyrese Maxey is a guy they have to watch. He said he reads the floor well and understands situational basketball. Defensively, it's tough to speed him up or slow him down. He really plays at his own pace, guys.
All right, David, thanks.
Maxey taking up that airspace, doing a nice job just bouncing off the floor there.
Walking foul, side out. Tyrese Maxey. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And George gets the whistle that time.
Paul.
That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's White. Porzingis sets the pick for White. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And George kicks to Maxey. Good on the triple.
Tyrese
Maxey's got 5.
Zero hesitation. Maxey, great confidence in his mechanics and his work.
We've seen Tyrese Maxey and his game go to another level. Clark, what makes him a top-level scorer in your opinion?
Kevin, there are a couple of things that really stand out. His sheer speed with the ball is remarkable. His fearlessness and confidence, every great scorer has that. And then his ability to knock down the three-point shot off the catch or off the dribble gives him an added step of quickness when he's taking it to the rack. And all of that makes him a dynamic scorer. Boy, this big guy, Joel Embiid, is a center with an awesome dunking arsenal.
To the inside. The kick out to Holiday. Tatum with the screen on Maxey. The shot by Holiday, no good. The 76ers leading by 7. It's George on the wing. No scoring in this one. Pass to McCain. Embiid with the screen on White. Clock at 4. Here's McCain. 4-3. Oubre. And Tatum pulls it down. The Celtics have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them.
George is versatile defensively, can guard multiple positions, and that versatility allows him to block some shots, too.
There's 49 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Oubre sets the screen for George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Jason Tatum.
Well, you have to be really on your toes when you're defending Paul George. He's excellent when it comes to using the pump fake to draw fouls.
That one misses. And Clark, we know the last handful of years, the 76ers have been a threat in the East.
7 straight years of playoff runs. Can't get past that second-round barrier, though, Kevin. But as far as success, they've been as consistent as it comes in the East the last decade.
McCain's shot is off. Celtics trail by 6. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Holiday dishes to Tatum. Back to Holiday. Outside Tatum. Good if it goes. No good on the last second attempt there. And that concludes the first quarter of play. 76ers lead by... And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take on the 76ers so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Taking a look at the 76ers. Joel Embiid out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. Then it's Paul George. And it's McCain in at the 2 spot. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, coming out of high school at 6'0", Derek White didn't receive any full scholarship offers. He says it was humbling, but it drove me to get better. Each time you have the doubters, you just put a little chip on your shoulder. The 29th pick overall in 2017 has come a long way. Kevin, those chips are still there.
You're so right, David. Thanks. He's become a heck of a player. Holiday after Kelly Oubre missed from long range. Wide, a screen on Maxey. And it's in there. Holiday's got 7.
You know, Holiday is one of those rare guards who's as physical as any other player on the floor. Holiday busting it up inside.
Now, here's Maxey. He has 5. Oubre finds George. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. George has got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for the 76ers. Holiday against Maxey. And Holiday throws it down.
Well, when he puts his head down now, Holiday is like a controlled bull heading into the ring. A lot of ferocity, but it's under control.
Oubre can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 6. Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. Outside Tatum. Stolen by George. Pass to Oubre. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Holiday against Maxey. Left side Tatum. Left side Porzingis. 4 on the clock. Here's White. And another basket for Boston. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll, but it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectation.
Embiid powers it down.
Man, nice to see how Embiid operates in the pick and roll. Knows how to set hard screens as well as where and when to roll.
Holiday, the pass to Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Now, here's Maxey. He has 5. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Tatum's got 6 rebounds in the game. There's the lob to Brown. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Now, here's Maxey. Embiid from outside. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Celtics trail by 4. Outside Tatum. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
There's White. Outside Tatum. Out to White. Tatum setting the pick for White. Shoots over Oubre. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got rebound number 5 here tonight. McCain. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Tatum with the screen on Maxey. And Holiday kicks to Tatum. Back to Holiday. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Double team on Holiday. Out to Porzingis. There's Brown with the 3. Rebound by Joel Embiid. Embiid's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's McCain. 76ers have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
We've got 22 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Holiday. Count that one. Holiday's got 11.
Boy, plays with such an edge. His style is tenacious.
Holiday against Maxey. Embiid from outside. Hits the three-point bomb. Embiid's got the lead up to 9 now for Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're thinking about the shot.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. One of the stories here, Drew Holiday getting it done today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Horford is out there with Torrey Craig. And it's Hauser in at the 2. That's the Boston 5.
How about Horford showing you that he knows a little bit about elevation? Big fella bouncing to the rack.
Lowry passes to Gordon. There's the screen. Pass to Yabusele. Just 5 on the clock. The second chance effort. Stolen away. Craig against Edwards. Here's Hauser. Horford in the post. Makes it off the glass.
Well, it's so hard to stop Horford when he's that physical down low. Most defenders have a tough time dealing with him.
And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. And the basket by Gordon.
And Gordon has the burst of speed you like to see in a guard. Excellent at knifing through the defense to the cup.
Here's Pritchard while recovering. Horford the pass to Cornette. Knocks it loose. Pass to Craig. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's good from long range. Craig's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Kyle Lowry. Nothing on the board. To the wing on the left. Three-pointer. And it's Gordon. That time on the assist by Drummond. And the 76ers lead by 7.
Boy, Gordon sends that one straight down and in from beyond the arc.
Here's Pritchard. Takes the three. It's Drummond with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And Gordon doing a nice job measuring these inside shots well. I mean, has a solid, quick release pretty much from anywhere on the floor.
Here's Pritchard. Now recovering. A wide open look here for Craig. From outside, off the mark.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
And Edwards slams it in.
We often talk about Gordon's scoring ability, but there, great feed to an open teammate.
Cornette.
2 minutes remaining in
The Celtics working the ball around now. They need this. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Craig.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the court.
Now here is Lowry. T right on him. Hands it from downtown. Lowry's got the lead up to 12 now for the 76ers.
Excellent play call that time by Lowry, breaking up the defense with the pick and roll to create a shot for himself.
Here's Hauser. Here's Cornette. Pass to Hauser. Here's Cornette. Defended by Drummond. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Here's Pritchard. And another basket for Boston.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the two J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
Back, David, remember a couple years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. I'm glad they're still together. Here's Pritchard, now recovering on the three off target. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the 76ers. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. 29 seconds left to play in the third. Rebound, Boston. Here's Pritchard. And here is Craig. There's 10 seconds left in the third. Going inside. Here's Horford. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. 6 points for Horford.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And so it's Philadelphia going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their shooting has been the big... And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skill.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. He reminded his team, we're up. All the pressure is on them. Let's just keep playing our game. Makes sense because they've got a nice lead late in this game. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Kelly Oubre out there with Embiid. Then it's George. Then there's Maxey. And it's McCain in at the shooting guard position. Left side, Porzingis from downtown. Maxey grabs the miss. The 76ers leading by 13. Here's McCain. Embiid in the corner. Offline with his three. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Porzingis passes to Tatum. Out to White. For the three. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
Well, White is a capable three-point shooter now, and he does not need a lot of space or time to get off his shot.
Now, here's Maxey. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Maxey against Holiday. Porzingis with a screen on Maxey. Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. The kick out to Holiday. Over Maxey. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. The same day, Clark, that Tyrese Maxey was named to the All-Star game, he scored a career high and was great doing it.
How about that, Kevin? How ironic is that? It was his first All-Star selection, by the way, but this has been the story with Maxey. I mean, he just continues to make great progress in his game. He's a really dynamic young player with still room to grow.
Tatum kicks to Holiday. There's the three. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Maxey looking it over. Pass to Oubre. George with the screen on Brown. Here's McCain. And stolen by White. Porzingis against Embiid. White up top. There's the drive. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
Personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your Celtics, Jason Tatum. At the line, shooting one. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
That it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
A young man who has an appetite for greatness, always pushing himself, is Jason Tatum.
And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Porzingis sets the pick for White. Outside, Porzingis. White down low, and White with the stuff.
We wanted to let us know that he's got some bounce to his game now. White rising up with ease to send that one home.
Here's Maxey. And Boston with the rebound. Tatum's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And it's Brown missing. The 76ers leading by 7. George looking over the floor. And he... Oh, what a finish!
Good. And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down. with the force he punches it with.
Brown with a screen on Oubre. And here's Tatum for three. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Oubre, and he makes that one. And now an 11-point 76ers lead.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's tipped, taken away by Holiday.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Paul George, second personal foul. Second
First free throw
foul.
is good, and that brings them within 8.
For your Celtics, Jason.
And so Tatum nails them both. Here's Philadelphia, and Derek White picks up the foul.
Derek White.
That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Maxey attacking, and slam dunk by Maxey.
Strong take by the wily Maxey. He is fantastic at turning on the Jets.
Tatum passes to Porzingis. Holiday against Maxey.
Holiday.
So the 76ers win it. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative.
All right, DA, thanks again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Alder.
Certainly, on paper, this game is something of a mismatch, Doris.
Yes, it is, but it's always dangerous when one team is expected to win by a large margin. Because why? Human nature. Can't skip steps. These are still professional basketball players. That underdog can be a real dog.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Philadelphia 76ers. Kelly Oubre out there with George. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then it's Maxey. And it's McCain in at the 2. And it's Koulibaly missing. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. Outside Maxey. Five to shoot. Pass to Oubre. Embiid from outside. Sends it home from three-point land.
Oh, clock dwindling, but it doesn't bother Embiid. He knows he can find a shot anytime.
Now here's Middleton from about 16, and he comes up with a bucket.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really gives the defense just another thing to worry about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
So it's Philadelphia now after the basket by Washington.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Doris, you look at this Washington team. They hit the reset button.
B.A., I am sure that's not an easy decision to make, but I believe it was the right move. Washington was kind of stuck at that play-in level. Now they have a clear focus and direction on the future. May take some time, but I like the plan.
Here's George. Sinks that one from the post.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Maxey against Smart. And the call will be against Kelly Oubre. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Middleton looking around. 6 to shoot. Koulibaly on the wing. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
I mean, the versatility of Middleton. Not just a scorer, also a solid passer and distributor.
Maxey passes to George. Pass to Oubre. Kicks it to George. There's the three. Doesn't go for him. Smart with the defensive effort. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. The Sixers leading. Here's George. And George with the jam.
Oh, yes, sir. PJ making it look easy.
The Wizards have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. George, a screen on George. Middleton passes to George. And that comes off the assist by Middleton. And that'll tie this game up.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
You gotta love Tyrese Maxey's approach to the game. He said, quote, "I really have a simple life. I have this joy about playing basketball. I like putting in the work, so I'm extremely focused, extremely competitive, and I'm out here having the time of my life. I get to do what I love every single day, and it's a blessing," unquote. Brian, he's such a positive guy.
Yeah, he really is. Thanks for that, Allie. Now here's Smart. No made baskets yet. Middleton, no good. There's a minute 12 left in the opening quarter. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
Here's Smart. The Sixers getting their last shot to go. Ooh, had a nice open look right there. Middleton's got 5.
Yeah, as good as anyone on the catch and shoot, Middleton deposits another J.
Outside Maxey. And a missed layup.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Washington shooting their initial free throws of the game here.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
And that one falls for Smart.
Marcus Smart is one of those guys you want in the trenches. He brings great effort on the defensive end every night, and he's a willing shooter at the most critical moments.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Maxey. Koulibaly defending.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, and absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Outside Koulibaly. Here's the pick. Count that bucket.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Tie game in Washington. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And what do you think about how the Wizards are doing here?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
And the 76ers looking at who they've got. Joel Embiid is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then it's Maxey. Then there's George. And it's McCain in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Smart. Here's Sarr. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist.
You know, Sarr established himself in the paint and took advantage of what they gave him.
Maxey surveys. Boom! He jams it straight down.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. Yep, that one goes. Middleton's got 7 points.
And using that 6'7" frame to get in there and do work, Middleton will take on anybody.
Pass to George. Back to Maxey. Out left to the wing. Embiid from outside. He can't hit that time.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Back to Middleton. Got a piece of it. Oubre with a steal. And now the Sixers on the break. Here's George. Pass to Embiid. Embiid just too tall inside.
I love the confidence Embiid plays with, especially this close to the rim.
Smart against Maxey. Here's Sarr. Joel Embiid with the board. And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
Now here's Maxey. He has 6. 6 on the shot clock. And there's a pick. Ooh, nice D from George.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Outside Koulibaly. Smart, a screen on Oubre. And that one's good. Koulibaly. He's got 6.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Here's Oubre. And that one is stuffed right through.
This guy's a super quick leaper. Oubre doesn't need much time to get off the floor.
Smart against Maxey. It's stolen by Maxey. Now here's Embiid. Defense is right there. And so they foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
There's 1:54 left in the second period. Pass to McCain. Driving inside. 2 points. That one goes. And now a 4-point 76ers lead. And so Smart will bring it up for Washington. Here's Sarr. 1:27 left in the first half. Good work there as it goes.
What energy on the offensive boards. The defense can't match the effort, and they paid the price.
Maxey passes to Embiid. It's rebounded by Washington. Middleton outside. Sarr. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Every time I watch Sarr, I'm just amazed at how light off the floor he is.
Now here's Maxey. He's got 6. Pass to Embiid. Here's McCain. 6 to shoot. Embiid is screen on Smart. McCain's shot is off. The Wizards have gotten 5 of 7 shots to go in the second. George's shot is good.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Only 6 for 2, but Maxey got some spring in his step.
For Washington, they've gotten an impressive 6 of 8 shots to fall in the second. It's Smart on the wing. Maxey covering. And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Coulibaly. 6 points for him. Middleton up top. Shot clock at 6. Nails it from 3. Middleton's got 5 points in the quarter. Outside Maxey. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Wizards leading by 3. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. After a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Really an incredible game from Chris Middleton.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Jordan Poole out there with Malcolm Brogdon. Then it's Kispert, then it's Rashawn Holmes, and it's Champagnie at the power forward position. That's the group for Washington right now. And it's Washington with the ball. Following the score by Philadelphia. Three-pointer Kispert. Not going to go that time. The Sixers trailing. Gordon finds Lowry. Looking at lineups around the league, Grant, seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
The 3. And Holmes pulls it down. Washington's gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Pass to Champagnie. Fires from the wing. And he gets the friendly roll as that one goes. Champagnie's got his first basket. 76ers trail by 3. Lowry outside. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. And it's good. 2 points.
Kyle Lowry sees an opportunity to put the ball on the deck and takes advantage.
Brogdon feeling it out a bit. Right wing. Here's Champagnie. Basket is good on the assist from Brogdon. Champagnie's got 5.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Here's Yabusele. Here's Drummond. And the jam by Drummond.
Boy, how about the quick elevation by Andre Drummond? Doesn't miss an opportunity when it's that easy.
Brogdon, he's open. The putback. Drummond grabs the miss. The 76ers have gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Here's Edwards. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. The Wizards have gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. There's a screen. It's Poole the drive. Poole slashing inside. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. It's stolen by Poole.
2 minutes.
Using his post moves to get the 2 points. And now a 4-point Wizard lead. Philadelphia has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. So many ups and downs in his career, Doris. You forget how young Jordan Poole is.
Well, think about opposite ends of the spectrum. Early on in his career, he goes down to the G League and then won a title all in the span of under 24 months. To me, he's still figuring out what works best for him, but the skill is undeniable.
There's good whistle there. It's his first trip to the line, and the first one at the line is good.
Shooting for Philadelphia, Eric.
Both free throws good from Gordon. 1:36 left in the third. Brogdon against Gordon. Left side, Brogdon. Ooh, Brogdon getting inside.
Malcolm Brogdon a little bit crafty on the interior, getting that one down.
Here's Lowry. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
I don't mind this. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Philadelphia shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And the second free throw is good. Wizards leading by 3. And here's Poole. Pass to Holmes. Kispert with the ball. Guarded by Edwards. It's Poole on the wing. Holmes, a screen on Lowry. Back to Holmes. Just 5 on the clock. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Wizards lead by 5.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
For 3, Lowry hits the trifecta. Lowry's got 6.
I tell you, this guy just loves having the ball in his hands. And why not when Lowry can make moves like that?
Poole outside. Pass to Champagnie. Holmes with it. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Both free throws good from Holmes.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Poole against Lowry. Drummond to screen on Poole. And here's Edwards outside. And Holmes pulls it down. To the inside. Here's Champagnie. And it's blocked by Edwards. Up in time. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. 3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. Washington leading by 4. On the court for Philadelphia to start the 4th. George out there with Kelly Oubre. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then it's Maxey. And it's McCain in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Smart. Shoots over Maxey, and he nails that one right through the heart.
I tell you, it's not often, but Marcus Smart working the pick and roll, effective at that particular instance.
Outside Maxey, outside Oubre. Tipped away. Now here's Koulibaly. Maxey covering. Koulibaly with it. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. 76ers trail by 6. Outside Maxey. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Excellent recognition from Kelly Oubre right there. So solid, sensing when one of his guys is open.
Koulibaly drives in. Middleton from the outside, and he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Outside Maxey. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Maxey's got 5 points now this quarter. Smart against Maxey. Pass to Sarr. And here's George. Going inside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Wizards lead by 6.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Now here's Maxey. To the middle. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Smart passes to George. Floats one up. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Sarr. 76ers trail by 6. Now Maxey. It's George on the wing. Pass to Embiid. Three-pointer. Sarr pulls it in. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Washington.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And another theme in this game to me, guys, has been how lethal they've been in transition. Attack on the break and make sure you convert.
Now here's Middleton. And there's a 3-second violation.
That's a 3-second violation. Possession to the 76ers.
76ers trail by 7. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. In transition. Here's Koulibaly. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Graham, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league. Got a piece of it. And they're on the run. Pass to Sarr. And that's an intentional foul.
Tyrese Maxey. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
1:20 left to play in the fourth. George scanning the floor. Just 5 to shoot. Denied.
That's unparalleled defensive focus from Kelly Oubre. He's all over his man and just suffocates that shot.
Kicks it to George. Outside Maxey. They still need this. Sarr pulls it in.
That's exactly how you have to defend them on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
And that one's good. Koulibaly.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Now here's Maxey. Pure from three-point range.
Three-point field goal.
There's 18 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one.
Joel Embiid. First personal foul. Third.
And that one falls for Smart.
At the line for the Wizards, Marcus.
And so Smart nails them both.
That should put this game on ice, not leaving any points behind.
17 seconds left in the fourth. And here's Oubre from the arc. It's rebounded by Washington. Knocked loose. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it
time, but eventually I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mirror, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat faggot like you still. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the steam. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let
potential blow. But anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Holiday in at the 1. Sarr gets the bucket.
And that's where you want Sarr doing his work offensively. He is a tough cover in the paint.
And Holiday kicks to Tatum. Pass to Brown. 6 to shoot. Out to White. Fires from deep. That shot off.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
George against Tatum. Outside, Smart. 2 points. That one goes. First quarter, just over a minute played. Holiday against Smart. Holiday dishes to Tatum. Stolen by Smart. Pass to Sarr. From the arc. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Sarr's got 5 points so far.
Already expanding his game. Sarr trying to get better at attacking quickly off the pass.
And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow them.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. And Koulibaly gets it to go.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Porzingis. Misses the baby hook.
I think he got the shot he wanted inside, but somewhere on the play, he just lost focus.
Sarr throws it down.
Most of Sarr's best work is done at the rim. Look at him just throwing it down with ease.
Here's Tatum. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
I'll tell you what, don't sleep on Tatum. He has some ups, and I love seeing him trying to electrify the crowd.
Now here's Middleton. And stolen by Tatum. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. And it's White missing.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul. 2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Tatum against George. Sarr sets the screen for George. Shot clock at 5, and the wing jumper offline. Celtics trail by 7. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much. Brian Keefe gave me a few minutes to catch up. He noted how much extra film they're watching heading into this. And one guy that jumped out at them was Kristaps Porzingis. He said scoring over that guy is a challenge. It's not just the size, it's how well he positions himself. And he's a patient shot blocker. He waits for you to make your move. We'll see how they approach it. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Washington with the ball, following the miss by Porzingis. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
And if you're trying to get the most out of Middleton offensively, put him in catch-and-shoot situations.
Holiday against Smart. The kick out to Holiday. From outside the arc. And Sarr pulls it down. And Smart the bucket on the assist by Sarr.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they built this lead. They have been dominant in the paint.
40 seconds left in the first quarter. Tatum against George. Down low. Here's Saar. Second chance shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
One big thing you love about Alex Saar, he's got that 7'4" wingspan, and as he gets older, he'll fill out that frame, plus add to his game.
And he makes both free throws. 24 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Holiday. He has yet to score.
Well, that's why he's out there using his size in the paint.
Tatum wide open. He fires one. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Taken away by Holiday. Porzingis to 2. Oh, my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment to spare, he guts this one.
And so it's Washington. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Back right after this. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Washington.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
And so far, just a great job forcing turnovers and creating opportunities in the open floor. The defense at the heart of that.
We've got George. Koulibaly is out there with Marcus Smart. And there's Rashawn Holmes. And it's Middleton in at the small 4. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Brown the pass to Tatum. Out to White. Clock at 6. Holiday with it. Now guarded by Middleton. Wizards leading by 9. And one of the most respected players in the NBA is Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a 3-time Teammate of the Year award winner. He's also a Sportsmanship Award winner. He is a pros pro.
Holiday against Smart. The 3 from Porzingis. It's rebounded by Koulibaly. And so Washington again turning it over. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Tatum kicks to White. Tatum setting the pick for White from past the arc. It's hauled in by George.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's the effect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. Outside Holiday. Rebounded by the Wizards. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Brown, and Brown throws it down hard.
And Brown is lethal in the open floor. Once he has a step on you, it's over.
Here's Middleton, deflects the pass. Brown against Middleton, and here's Tatum for 3. Rebound, Washington. Middleton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
Porzingis can't hit.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time you just couldn't get it done.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Here's Porzingis off with the layup. Wizards leading by 14. 1:33 left in the first half. Middleton, a screen on White. Here's Koulibaly. And the Wizards getting another bucket right there.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
Smart and slam dunk by Smart.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and that is key for them. Continuing to build out this lead.
And that one is good. Porzingis has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And because he can score from all over the floor, Porzingis can find space inside. That's not the case for most 7-footers.
Here's Koulibaly. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. It's a 16-point game.
How about the speed with which Tatum gets down the court? Awesome at reading the defense and then exploiting the opportunity in the open floor.
Smart against Holiday. Smart deciding where to go with it. Just 5 to shoot. Wizards need to get a shot off here. Koulibaly, no good.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
And so it's the Washington Wizards sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They've kept the tempo quick. And all right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're measuring up the shot.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Alex Sarr in this game, he's been everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
On the court right now for the Celtics. Torrey Craig is out there with Horford, and it's Pritchard in at the point. Hauser the pass to Horford. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him. There has been, Coach, a lot of talk about how players today are better than ever before. Do you agree with that?
Well, absolutely. Isn't that the way evolution works?
Right.
Kevin, they're bigger, stronger, faster, but everyone builds on the players who came before that. And the guys today would not be where they are without the guys before who laid the foundation.
And here is Poole. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Cornette. Celtics trail by 11. Hauser the pass to Craig. Here's Hauser. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Hauser's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now, here's Poole. Guarded closer. And that one drops for him. And the Wizards lead by 10.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Picked by Horford. And there's the drive. Right on the bucket. Pritchard's got his first 2 points.
Off and running right off the bat here to start the second half.
Stan, as you know, in past years, Peyton Pritchard had always wanted a starting role. Now, more opportunity, and he has responded.
Yeah, Kevin, he's very competitive and certainly deserving of rotation minutes. He is just now entering his prime.
There's the pick. The three from Poole. Rebounded by Hauser. Celtics trail by 8. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Great open look there. Pritchard's got 5 now.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, taking away the lead is never easy, but a rally like this is how you do it.
Here's the Celtics with the ball. Big run right now going for them, 11-2. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And the shot is good. Now it's just a 3-point Wizards lead.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Well, with all the momentum they've built up, I don't see this run stopping anytime soon.
And that shot was huge as they try to stem the tide here and hang on to the lead.
Here's Pritchard, guarded by Poole. Pritchard passes to Horford.
2 minutes.
Here's Hauser. Back to Horford. It's rebounded by Poole.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And that one's good. Shem Penny.
And the defense had no chance trying to stop him there. Just punishing them on the break.
Takes it inside, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And how about a year ago? 82% on his foul shot, so he was reliable when he went to the line.
Kispert with it. Poole with the screen for Kispert. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Kispert's got 4 this quarter.
Well, the defense did everything they could there, but his skills as a finisher, wow.
Active and alert on defense. You have to be a little more careful when dribbling around Brogdon.
Here's the screen. Pass to Hauser. Stolen. And again, Washington running the court in transition.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Now, here's Craig. Still yet to score. Poole against Craig. Pass to Gill. Now, Kispert. There's the triple. And Horford pulls it down. Celtics trail by 10. With the drive. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Celtics have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And last season, when they got themselves to the line, they usually came through as a team up around 81%.
Brogdon right side. Now Kispert. From deep. A 3-pointer is right on target. Kispert's got 7 points in the game. Here's Hauser. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Wizards lead by. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. George is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Koulibaly. Then there's Smart. And it's Czar in at the 5. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. And it's George missing. And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Trailing by 10. Porzingis gets to Holiday. Tatum with a screen on Smart. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Here's White. Drives to the hoop. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 3 assists in the game. Washington leading now by 11. And here's Smart. Over to the left wing. And a wide open look for Shaw. Again, the Wizards score.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Tatum deciding where to go with it. Holiday, the pass to Tatum. The shot comes out. Excellent D there from George. Washington's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Smart misses. Celtics trail by 13. Holiday with it, and Holiday throws it down.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Here's Shaw, throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on Porzingis.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. You know, Stan, when I think of you as a coach, I think defense. So let me put you on the spot as you assess the wing defenders in the NBA right now. Who are some of the top 2 or 3 that you notice?
Well, look, there's so many good ones. My favorite right now is Lou Dort because he's so strong, he's so disciplined, and he has an amazing ability to use his body even against guys that are a lot taller. He is a frustrating guy for great scorers to play against.
Now, he brought a lot to the NBA, but hasn't the Thunder done a good job developing that kid?
Well, they have, and look, they've got other great defenders too, like Jalen Williams.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Tries the spin move, and Holiday kicks to Brown. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Outside, George. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Song. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. 17 points for Alex Song.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Wizards.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Alex Song.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Now, Sarr. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lets it go from deep. And Boston with the rebound. The 3 from Tatum. Moves back up. And he lays it up and in.
Tatum.
So it's Washington easily grabbing this one. They've won this game going away. Thank you for that, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So, for Greg Anthony.